This is a message to Barron Trump, and this is an urgent request for you, Barron, to please help us meet your father, President Trump. Barron, I've written your father many times in his first 4 years as president, and I never got one response. And I wrote him about 3 or 4 letters already in his first year as president and never have received a response. It seems that somebody is blocking my letters to your father, which to me and to others is the most important thing that's happening in our country today. I've also written to Kash Patel 6 times with no response on his private email and 3 letters to his office. I met your brother Donald Trump Jr. Last year in April at a fundraiser, and I gave him a thick booklet like I gave your father in Charlotte, North Carolina. I gave it to his assistant of documents in a black binder. My friend Poppy Helgren just met your brother 3 weeks ago in California at a book signing. We're all complaining about the same thing, where probate court judges, attorneys, and guardians are ruling our parents, who are fully competent, incapacitated, stripping them of their civil rights, loading them up on psychotropic drugs, and then the judge, attorneys, and guardians go in and steal generations of assets, 401ks, Social Security money, their jewelry, their cars, their homes, and after everything is stolen, they overdose our parents, murder our parents. They're stealing approximately $3 trillion a year from our American families, stripping the wealth from America. We want guardianship laws abolished and conservator laws abolished in this country. These judges are running a racketeering enterprise right out of the judges' chambers. They're committing crimes of racketeering, extortion, fraud, murder, human trafficking seniors, kidnapping, civil and constitutional rights violations, and many other crimes. Excuse me. My mother, Yvonne Sarhan, was murdered by her court-appointed guardian. My mother was forced into guardianship when she was fully competent. She was isolated from her family. However, my mother was fully competent, and I have documents, medical documents I'd like to show your father, to show them that these are judges that are committing crimes, the most heinous crimes against the most vulnerable in our society. These laws, guardianship laws and conservative laws, do not protect seniors. They only help probate judge, attorneys, and guardians exploit them and destroy their lives. In September 1987, Congressman Claude Pepper wrote, "Guardianships of the elderly and infirm, a national disgrace." This was back in 1987. 1987. Yet, not one congressman, not one senator does one thing about these crimes. 40 years, 45 years this crime's been going on, and not one person has done a thing to stop these crimes. In 2018, November 2018, Senator Richard Blumenthal stated that these probate judges are beyond any oversight. They have their own private kingdoms, their own fiefdoms, and making a ton of money. And this is his statement right here. Yet, he does nothing to stop these crimes. He's admitting that these probate judges have their own private kingdoms, their own fiefdoms, and making a ton of money, but does nothing to stop these crimes and protect the American people. We have an urgent case here. Right now, we have Landon Reed. He's a young black man that hasn't even had a chance to start his life yet. He was born blind. It was the hospital's fault. They gave his mother, Patty Reed, a large sum of money. Landon went all the way to high school, graduated high school. His principal said he was a very intelligent young man. And when some lady who they never met before petitioned to be Landon's guardian, She lied on the application, said she knew Landon. She never met Landon. Well, the whole case was a fraud. I was in the court, and I can say that he never had an attorney representing him. But in the court, we subpoenaed his doctor, his pediatrician, Dr. Joseph Worth, testified that Landon was a very intelligent young man and not incapacitated. 2 weeks later, the police picked up Landon at his home. His mother has not seen her son in 10 years. Last year, Patty looked at the docket and found that they took a life insurance policy on Landon. He is 30 years old with no medical problems at all. None. So if he's on any medication, it is to hurt him, to hurt his heart. And they're going to kill him if we do not get a meeting with your father. We went to the FBI, the local police. They will do nothing because the judge is involved. Your father once said that he had no idea how deep the corruption ran in this government. Well, we're taking you deeper now. We got judges committing crimes of racketeering, not only in probate courts, but that's what we're talking about today, in foreclosure courts, bankruptcy courts, and other courts as well. But we're focusing on guardianship courts today. And you don't want to know why that your father really wasn't wanted in Washington? And why this crime has gone on for over 45 years, where they're killing our parents and stealing our estates? It's called the fraternity. It's called the fraternity. Judges and lawyers in collusion. We're talking about lawyers that become judges. They become appellate judges. They become congressmen, senators, governors, state attorneys, Florida attorney generals, head of the FBI. And now you can understand why your father wasn't wanted in Washington, because he's not part of this fraternity. They're scared of your father. And rightly so, they should be. The question to you, Barron, is, how can you make America great again if my mother was murdered and our entire estate was stolen? And they're doing this every day in our courts, overdosing our parents with drugs such as Seroquel, which causes sudden electrical conductivity disturbances in the heart and sudden cardiac death. So my question is, how can you make America great again if we are fighting for the lives of our parents and our parents are being murdered in guardianship cases throughout this country? You cannot make America great again unless we solve these problems that we have. And this is the biggest problem in our society over the last 50 years. This is one of the biggest problems, and nobody does a thing to stop it. So I'm asking, please, Barron, this is a crime that we need your father's support. This is why we voted for your father, is to stop these crimes and protect the American people. So if you could please contact me. My name is Robert Sarhan, Sarhan. I'm a medical doctor. I've overseen many elderly people in guardianship cases, and every single one I met were fully competent, suffering in these guardianship cases. Please contact me as soon as possible. Your brother Donald Trump Jr. has my documents. Eric has our documents from Poppy Helgren, met at the book signing. Please contact us right away. Landon Reed is going to be murdered if we do not help him. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.